Okay, so I'm back, due to popular demand. I'm really sorry about the hiatus that I've been taking. I recently got a new job, I moved, all the exciting stuff that comes with adulthood. And, I really haven't been paying attention to you guys, like the people who are actually supporting me, and I'm really sorry about that. So, we're gonna finish this game, or get as far as we can, and also I want the people who watch this to comment a game that they want me to try. I like doing lesser known games. They don't have to be, novels like this one or anything else like that. I mean, it could be anything. Um, I just like to give some of the lesser known games a chance, even though I'm a small YouTuber anyway. Um, but yeah, so we're gonna jump right into it, um, right back into it. And if I remember correctly, it was the woman. The woman told us that she was the voice of Arthur, and that's what kind of got me a little iffy. So we're gonna continue from that save point, um, and yeah, hope you enjoy. Oh right, so we've become the woman. I remember now. All right, so we're gonna leave. You look back by Sarah Stone. This is it. This is the thing that makes you look back on everything you've ever done. Every boss you've ever chirped at, every buck you ever wasted. That the terrible major you picked, the even worse one you dropped down to. Every person you ever alienated for nothing but your own entertainment. You ask yourself, why didn't I just do the smart thing instead of the right thing? When my grandparents died, there was so much family around, so many people to help, so many people to care. And here I am, with no husband, no kids, a sick mom, a useless sister, and not enough money to plug the holes in any of it. But at least it fills me with so much guilt that hopefully it gives me the strength to persevere. Perseverance. If that is even what you could call the past year. You start out on so much adrenaline that slowly gets drained out of you. This is a person you've never been comfortable seeing naked in your life, and all of a sudden you're undressing them. Cleaning up after them when they soil themselves, feeding them, helping them when they become confused and angry. The strongest person you ever knew in your life turns into a broken child, and all you can do is witness it. Coffee turns into caffeine pills. Sleeping in a chair becomes second nature. The days turn into nights, turn into weeks, turn into months, and the more that they need you, the more you have no doubt that you are letting them down. Every day you look around at a place too overburdened to help you, and you wonder how much longer you can keep it up, even if you would never quit. And I know now that the really hard thing about being poorer than your parents is that you'll never be able to look after them the way they looked after you. At the same time, I can't help but feel that on this one, the money would not have even mattered. I don't know what my father would have done, but I know that he would have never let this happen to me. He would have never let any of us be in a place like this. He would have never let any of us carry it alone. Never. He seems worse than he was yesterday. And he just had a really good day 2 days ago. Or was it 3 days ago? Everything's blurring together. Sarah? You never know how much it means to hear somebody say your name until they barely can. This is pretty tough for me to go into. I've got a few things that I probably shouldn't talk about on this, so I won't. I should probably take that part out. Let's lie about crushing exhaustion. I would lay down in this bed and fall asleep forever if I could. I can't. What about the plant? Wonder of nature. The real reason I brought this in and take care of it is these so-called healthcare professionals don't think my father is another abandonment case they can walk all over. As long as someone is taking care of it, they know somebody's taking care of him. For now, it's all I can do. Lie about fraying patience. What is it, Daddy? Mom. She's fine, Daddy. She's at home. Melissa's taking good care of her. No. We talked about this. I can't be in two places at once. Would you rather Mom was by herself, or in here with you? Go. I will. I promise. As soon as we get you washed up and back in bed. Or do you want me to leave you in this bathtub and go home? Because I will. Fine. It's not fine. I can tell you're in pain, so stop trying to hide it. They won't help you here unless they have to. No. Did they give you your medicine this morning? Dad, do you remember if they gave you your medicine? I wasn't here. I was home with Mom. What? Your medicine. Did you take your medicine this morning? Did they come by and give you your medicine? Did they make sure you swallowed it? Daddy, what's wrong? Why are you crying? What's wrong? Mom. Dad, Mom is fine. I can tell if you're angry at me, or I can't tell if you're angry at me or if something is happening to you. Please stop this. I'm so tired. If you're acting like this intentionally, please don't. I'm trying to help you. Go. That's it. I'm going to get the nurses to find the doctor. Is that what you want? Jesus. Charm overworked nurses. Might as well talk to these nurses. For all it's worth. Let's go talk to the nurses. I can definitely say it is hard seeing somebody like that. Let's save. Every time I walk out of this shithole, I have a horrible combination of fearing that I'll never come back and hoping that I won't have to. Okay. Regardless, I can't leave yet. I wasn't trying to leave. I was just looking at the picture. Sorry. Lie about sympathy for disgruntled staff. I voted left all my life. Now I'm bearing witness to organized labor in action. I swear these nurses spend 30 seconds looking at a patient and then stand there and talk to each other for 15 minutes. In Tagalog, no less. What? I will not harbor racist thoughts, even though they should be speaking English, and are probably taunting me that they can get away with it. That's not right. Excuse me, do you know what time the doctor will be here? What? The doctor. What time does he get here? What the problem? You worthless cunts don't give a fuck about anything. If I didn't make you do your jobs, my father would be dead by now. The blankness of your stare makes me want to cut your throat open. I'm sorry, but I can't understand what you're saying. And I'm very, very, very tired. Okay, we come soon. And do what? Are any of you even real nurses? No, I need to see the doctor. When does the doctor get here? He not coming today. Is this emergency? Yes. I think something could be seriously wrong. She checked this morning. He fine. This has been in the last half hour. Please let us work. We have too many patients today. Yes. My father is one of them. We be there soon, okay? I swear it was not like this when it all started. They aren't cunts, Sarah. They get forced to work 60-hour weeks. They get paid next to nothing. They're not bad people. Something about this sucks the sympathy right out of you. But what else can I do? What would even make a difference? Nothing. Nobody planned on letting public health care get to this point. Nobody voted for it. Nobody looked the other way. There are still elections, and everybody always promises that they will fix it if you vote for them, and that the blame lays squarely with who they want you to vote against. But it didn't matter. It doesn't matter. There was just no way to be ready for it. So many of them, all at once. So many things that keep them hanging on. So many people who refuse to let go. I know I'm one of them. And things don't fall apart. They just go on, terribly. People lay on stretchers in hallways for weeks at a time. Workers get pushed beyond their limits, get creative in their mutinies. And it's all just a thing on the news. Until it happens to you. Until it is every waking second of your life. I'd better make his bed so I can get him out of the bath. Can I go in any of these doors? Picture? I have to act like these stupid paintings don't bother me, when in reality I'm convinced they're starting to play tricks on me. They're starting to look like real places. I'm so tired. Nothing down here but more of the same. I used to think that some of these people had nobody. Now I think that maybe they used to. I'll get Dad back into bed now. Okay, Dad, the nurses will come around to look at you, so if something is really wrong, please don't try to act like it isn't. They won't call the doctor unless you seem really sick. This isn't a good hospital. It seems like, I don't know, he just seemed to be in a lot of pain. If you finish with tub, please clean. Oh boy. My bad. I used to apologize profusely for crying when they would come in. I thought they were silent and awkward because they were so embarrassed to see somebody like that. But I realize now that they truly don't care. They see it every day. They understand the role they play in it all. They gather the depth at which they have no control over any of it. I thought they were looking at me with sadness, but now I can tell they're actually looking at me like, what's wrong with you? Why don't you let him die? I don't know what it was about that night. It wasn't any different from all the others that were slowly bleeding together. A collapse is a sudden thing long in the making. I was not going to let him die. Not at all. Not ever. But I was done crying, and I was done with waiting. One way or another, I was going to get him out of here. Oh boy. Drugs by Arthur Fox. This just touches on all of the things that are getting at me today. You know what a drug addict is? A person who runs out of drugs. Don't be fooled by the crackheads you see on TV, shivering in the winter hellscape. It ain't the drugs that did that. It's the running out of money that did that. And I have not run out of money. So why the hell am I running out of drugs? How many fucking times do I have to hit this goddamn fucking button? What the fuck do you people do here? I have been given a severely small amount of drugs in this very expensive, very not technically private hospital, and I don't understand it. This is how things are supposed to work. I'm supposed to love public healthcare because it gives shitheels a place to get dumped. Well, people like me sneak off to the much better places that we pay for. The government people are supposed to design things with an attitude of, Well, this will be airtight and not technically private healthcare unless a bunch of expensive lawyers can scam their way around it. Which is knowing, of course, because they know that expensive lawyers are exactly what we have. And then I'm supposed to come here when I'm in a tragic accident and receive the suitable, compassionate care that I deserve. But something is wrong. Something is very wrong. And I've spent a lot of hard-earned, goddamn fucking money for it to have gone right. There has to be something here. Some degenerate fucking junkie must have hidden something or let some pill slip between their shaking junkie fingers somewhere. Oh, and they're the junkie. You're definitely not the junkie. Come on, you junkie fucks. I know your fucking tricks. Nothing. Useless. Maybe somewhere else around here. Let's go look for drugs in the hospital. Come on, you junkie fucks. Nothing. Who cares about that bullshit at a time like this? Junkie fucks. Okay, well I'm just gonna check this couch just for... Right, let's try the bathroom. They must have locked this because they're keeping shit in there. They think I'm a fucking idiot? Shit, I can hear someone coming. Probably get to the bed. Getting to the bed. Gotta get back and look like one of those assholes. Mr. Fox, how are you feeling today? Exaggerate pain and suffering. I mean, it's really amazing that we've got these two people here. One who's refusing to let anything slip, and then the other that's sucking. Never, nothing. Did the nurse tell you what I need? She did. Where the fuck is it then? Mr. Fox, a dosage in the amount you requested could be fatal. Maybe if you're a pussy. I'm sorry, Mr. Fox, but medicating you to that extent would be neither necessary nor wise. Your injuries are relatively minor. You should recover within a few days. Also, you told the nurses this was an emergency again. Please stop doing that. It is an emergency. I'm in agony. What the hell is wrong with you people? Also, I believe the police are coming to speak with you again this afternoon. I'm sure you'll want to be as lucid as possible for that. They can talk to my fucking lawyer. I pay her $700 an hour to be lucid. Mr. Fox, you need to calm down. And I could be paying you even more if you would do what you're supposed to do. Charge out the ass for a few grams of glorified smack while you pretend to give a shit about curing cancer or AIDS or whatever the fuck it is you do. Mr. Fox, if you can't be reasonable, I'll have no choice but to have you restrained. Not sedated, Mr. Fox. Physically restrained. Please don't escalate your behavior even further, thinking that will produce the desired result. If you'll just do your best to relax, we'll have you discharged as soon as possible. Also, your legal troubles are not our business, but your lawyer has been reached out to several times and hasn't returned contact. What? I mention it only because you continue to harass my staff to call her office. Also, I'd like to introduce you to Mrs. White, our chief administrator. Good afternoon, Mr. Fox. Who the fuck are you? Mr. Fox, we need to speak about your insurance. I'm afraid it's been declined. Declined? Declined how? I've never even fucking used it. Again, your legal troubles are not our business, but perhaps the failure of your attorney to appear is connected to your insurance issue? What? Mr. Fox, is it possible that your employment has been compromised and that neither your corporate counsel nor insurance plan remains available? So is this what this is all this about? Is that why even though I'm checked into this fucking country club, you won't give me so much as a hand job? Absolutely not. What, you want money? Here's my wallet, you rat fox. Mr. Fox, we can prepare an invoice that will... Here's a black card. Put the room and board on that. Here's a platinum card. Charge the fucking drugs all over it. Not the first time. Here's a gold card. Buy something nice for your cunt wife. Or your cunt wife. Here's another card, and another one, and another one. The limit on all of them is unlimited. I'm rich, you fucking idiots. You think I need insurance? You think I give a fuck about this shit? Where are you going? Pick the cards up off the ground and go charge them, you stupid bitch. And since you're the chief administrator, why don't you go get me a fucking phone book and a cell phone charger so I can call a fucking lawyer? At least I know they're not too stupid to take my fucking money. And you, fuckface MD. Since obviously you wouldn't be working in a private clinic if you didn't own a piece of it, why don't you reconsider the fact that I'm in severe pain and give me some fucking drugs? We can schedule you for a reassessment of your treatment plan this afternoon, Mr. Fox. A reassessment. Yeah, I'll bet you've reassessed me. You seem to be experiencing major distress. Wow, you're a fucking genius. Thank God I ended up here. Now get the fuck out of my room before I personally call the only other 50 people left in this shithole suburb who could afford to stay here and tell them you don't understand who you work for. What, I lose some job and some cops come around and you think I'm finished? You think it's over? Do you know who you're fucking with? Do you know who the fuck I am? Wow, okay. I mean, I thought you were just an inspirational speaker, and as far as I know, that's not. Spring. St. Rose of Lima. I won't have long before people start asking where I went. Might as well light a candle and sit down for a few minutes. I'd normally stick with the sign of the cross, but I always feel some irrational pressure to genuflect in these small, warm chapels. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce that. I'm sorry. The empty ones on the side say reserved. I would never be so obsessive, but I guess some people feel like whatever they're trying to remember has to be right where they left it. Fair enough. I'll try the other side. I can't remember what prayer you're supposed to say when you do this. A Hail Mary will have to do. Mom. If you'd asked me if my mother and father would have died within hours of each other, I would have said yes, without hesitation. I would have said that my mother would have passed first, and having spent the entire final part of his life looking after her, my father would spiral down immediately thereafter. But it isn't until the people close to you begin to actually pass away that you realize how stupid it is to try and attach poetry to something like death. You realize how strongly you're motivated by fear and that kind of bullshit. How all you really want to do is impose sense on something that will never feel like it can possibly make sense at all. You sit there and you stare, and what you feel more than anything is a kind of impossible confusion. You think, what do you mean they're gone? What can you mean? Because your life is not your life without them. The real lie of death is that the same life, and not a different one entirely, goes on. When someone passes away, all of the memories you have of them turn into something else. And when the people you care about most pass away, you stop feeling like you're alive too. My mother passed first, after a decline of pain and suffering that defies description. My father hasn't passed at all. He isn't even capable of understanding that she isn't alive. And when I try to tell him, it goes in and out like the tide. At times he understands, at other times he imagines. That's reality. That's the thing that actually happens. So tell me, when you say that life goes on, what life? Whose life? Because I've lost the only people in it that make mine mean anything to me at all. Amen. I should get back. This is definitely rough. It's been a really long time since I've played a game that's made me this emotional, I suppose. This is very impressive. Whenever I have to do something difficult, I take a deep breath and count to 20. Then, when I do it, it isn't that difficult thing. It's just a thing I've decided to do when I hit that number. It doesn't work all the time, just more often than anything else does. When you hit middle age in this generation, your whole life starts to feel like a funeral. Everyone constantly keeping up appearances in layers of vivid camouflage, hoping to conceal the time and weakness below. Nodding and smiling through intractable cartel rip-offs with no choice but to roll with them if you don't want anyone to know that you aren't as middle class as you're supposed to be. You mill around in a world full of phantoms, one bullshit conversation after another. Everyone knee-deep in the optimism of courtesy, pretending they've got something, some big job, some impossible moment of fortune, just around the corner. The people you grew up with, shaking hands and acting like their lives went anywhere, like whatever they've had anything to do with something they did instead of who they fell out of. And the dull edge of it all, the sad slowness of talking to distant relatives whose names you can barely remember about absolutely nothing, and having to pretend that you care about it anymore than they're pretending to care about telling you. An entire generation that never built anything, never went anywhere, who just held on for dear life at the seams. But we all have to politely talk as if we did. Even as time goes on, even as the few things that we did fall apart. In plain sight. I can't go back. Not yet. A few more minutes. Just a few more minutes. Shall we sit? Oh, I didn't see what that said, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry to bother you, but are you Sarah Stone? There are maybe 5 people in that wake who are younger than 80. If you know my name, you know who I am. Will there ever be a stranger who doesn't want something? Yes. I'm sorry. I should have introduced myself in the other room. Well, I just thought you should know that people are starting to wonder where you went. Thank you. I appreciate it. My name is, I'm gonna say Zose? We're gonna call him Zose. Alvarez. I work with Mr. Albright. Bucky. Yes, Bucky. Anyways, I work in the building, but I don't believe you would know who I am. A small office with a window by the entrance. No ring. I've seen you. No, I don't think I've seen you there. Mr. Albright sends his condolences. He wanted to attend, but as you know, he retired and moved to Charlottetown several months ago. Yeah, I'm sure he was dying to come. A loyal friend to the very end. Scumbag. Please tell him not to worry. The flowers he sent are beautiful. You're welcome. I'll let him know. I know what a terrible time it is to talk to you about anything, but do you have 5 minutes? Here we go. The money. Not even in the ground. I'd really rather not. I completely understand. If it wasn't time sensitive, I wouldn't dream of asking you. But it is. If you say so. I appreciate it. And again, I apologize. Stop apologizing. I could have called to have this conversation, but that may not have been prudent, for several reasons. Let me guess, an unbelievable investment opportunity, and it's just for me. Oh? What conversation is that? Your money. It doesn't make any sense. I hear a lot of that is going around these days. No, I mean the same things are still coming out and going in, but 100% of your expenses are now focused on nothing but housing and healthcare. And that isn't possible. You either have some kind of cash income, or you wouldn't be sitting here, because you would be dead from starvation. Miss Stone, there are people now who look for this, and they follow the money. And nowadays, with your situation, they know where it's headed before they even get there. And that's why everyone gets caught. I don't know what you're talking about. How long have you been stealing pills from the hospital? If it hasn't been long, and I don't think it has, it might not be too late. But I need you to tell me if what I think is true is true. As much as I tried to say nothing, it didn't seem to matter. The more he said, the more I realized that he really did know everything. Withdrawals and deposits, purchases and expenses. Through nothing but lists of transactions, he had managed to piece together the last 15 psychological years of my entire family. Oh boy. Oh no. My mom getting sick, and the things we bought to make it hurt less. My sister going away, and the costs that brought on all of us. And everything I had done since. The money. The truth was just sitting there in the money. All you had to know is what you were looking for. It's a beautiful church. Reminds me of growing up. You're Catholic? Yeah, I know. I don't look it. I'm Indian, but my family's from Goa. Long story. Portuguese. Right. I guess it isn't that long a story. Anyways, I hope you'll give it some thought. It's been a very different type of approach, but I think it could work for you. And it goes without saying that you cannot go on the way you're going on now. It would only be a matter of time before you were caught. I might need to call or meet with you next week to explain more about what you're proposing. Certainly. And again, I'm sorry. I hope you can understand now why I felt like this might be my only shot at having this conversation. Some people just bury their heads in the sand. I know people like that, only too well. And now I'm the only person she's got. Yeah. Well, worst comes to worst, I suppose we can always sell the house. Oh. No, you can't. Great. Frauds by Arthur Fox. God damn it. I used to be somebody. You barely saw me at my height. I spoke in stadiums. Sure, it was to sucker a bunch of kids into volunteering, but I saw it as a valuable contribution towards acclimating them into jobs where they don't get paid. And I did more. Brother, I did the juggernauts. The ones that bring out the real money. Do you know how fucking rich the really fucking rich are? The heart disease things, which always have the best buffets. Elite buffets, where every single thing is a thing that wouldn't be in a regular one. Wow. The titty cancer things, where the biggest tittied women in the city come through in dresses that look like they've got those things welded into them. Oh, those things isn't like boobs. Gotcha. I even got tapped one time to do a fundraiser for that hospital with the dead kids and all that. Easiest money you'll ever make in your life. The room melts over nothing. And in addition to a great payday, all of these things are a great time. All you need to do is wait for the sick people they always drag out to get tired or too sick to stay. Then they jump off. Nothing on a night like this will ever be good to anyone except for the people who have never seen the real thing. I can tell that the people in this room think this is a charity event. They have no idea what a real charity event even is. They've never been to a 4-figure donation dinner. They've never seen a raffle for a car that costs more than a condo. They cannot comprehend the shit show of an open bar that has champagne from a time where the only purpose of being alive in Europe was to kill somebody else. Small mercies. But when you're in my position, when you don't know how long you're going to be in this purgatory, it starts looking an awful lot like hell. I know now what they mean when they say that life is like somebody at a party that you wish you didn't have to talk to. It's exactly like this. At least moving down to the minor leagues means I get to do shows in places I know well. Looks like Fiona's doing the last minute prep for the talk. She's waving me over to the stage. Time to get the show on the road. I think I'll get Allison to pour me a quick shot first, so... Lie about permission to drink. Allison! Give me a drink, will ya? No can do, Arthur. You're cut off. What? Nobody told me about this. That teenager you came in with told me you ain't allowed to drink, so you tell all these lovely people how sad you are about whatever they rented the whole place out for. She's 22. And what? You're gonna let her tell you how to run your own bar? Nope. I just think it's funny to go along with. And I need the money. They wanted the authentic Irish pub experience, but I think your version may be a little too authentic. Oh, and yours isn't? You can make fun of my accent all you want. I can't do an accent, guys, I'm sorry. But I've got 2 degrees from Trinity College. The real one. Damn. Lie to government parasite. One of the client staff, probably. I'll catch up with her after I give my talk. Guess I'm going to get the top. Tedious do-gooder. One of the client staff? Alright, 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 I'll do the top. Fine. Lie to company appointed snitch. Are you ready for this? Born ready. Stick to the script, Arthur. This is not an off-the-cuff crowd. What is this one about again? I think it's about, yeah. Oh, it's up on the screen. End poverty forever. Poor people. Gotta get fixed. Very sad. Got it. Pretend to give a shit about charity. Crap. There we go. Lie about concern over fate of strangers. I cannot tell you how excited I am to be here tonight. I wouldn't be asked back if I did. You know, when I think about poverty, I think about struggle. For example, mine. You crash one luxury sedan into a strip club and they take your whole life. And I'm probably making less than the fucking bar backs will after tip out. And it's been fascinating to see such a remarkable array of other speakers. Stuttering Olympians with their overreaching metaphors, Canadian football players who shovel driveways in the off-season, glorified mortgage fraudsters in cheap suits. So much so that I really don't want to say more than a few words myself. If I don't dial down the charisma, it'll ruin the evening. I could make them look so bad you could talk about it all night, not to mention end up getting me booked into even more of these nightmares. So as a money expert, let me talk about how challenging it can be on the financial side. Alright, I better go talk to Fiona at the bar. She'll give me the rundown on who is actually worth talking to in this perfume wasteland. Can I just talk to people? Non-profit executive. I think I know who this is, but I want a report from Fiona before I do anything. Nothing I hate more than wasting time. Alright, I think that went pretty well. Feeling good? Never felt better. Okay, before anything else, you need to talk to all the women you see in the red dresses. They're VIPs. Impress them, and you'll probably be able to book a few other things I've got coming up. I know how to suck up to people, Fiona. Sorry, just doing my job. I usually only work with people who are new, so I'd relax. I'm breaking your balls. You're a good kid. Forget it. She won't give me one right now. Women like her are stubborn for the hell of it. Okay, red dress. Let's start here. Artsy fartsy dickhole. Yes. Candace, you're looking lovely this evening. One thing that you always get at these nights are these arts people, who somehow get in under the guise of charity as being cultural, and culture being art, and art being politics. But none of it really means anything. They're all just poor kids from rich families who like going to parties. I don't really know anything about art, but I do know that it is now run entirely by women, gay people, and extremely gay people. The way I see it, if art is the turf they want, they can have it. If fighting over who stole what drawings off of what Indians keeps them from noticing that nobody outside their sad little circle gives a shit, and that there is no real money in any of it, I say God bless. Real people care about taxes, housing, roads, shit like that. The media tries to pretend that these artistic people matter. You've always got an article out there about a new generation of creators posing all stone-faced in a warehouse, but do any of them ever really end up getting anywhere at all? And as for the powerful social statements they'd love to never shut up about, you gotta figure. As long as all they do is hold up each other's parades, who really gives a fuck? Finally, if these people annoy you, the extremely gay people can be particularly annoying, for example. Knowing exactly where they are is all you need to know to avoid them. You know what? I've talked myself into this. Art is great. As helpful gets. Wonderful to see you. Until next time. Come on. There we go. Government parasite. Natalie, good to see you. Hello, Arthur. You're looking well? Beyond the usual types you see at these things, you also end up having to make nice with a few of those government grant people. The clueless bureaucrats who professionally work the inner track of mediocrity. These are the people who control the fake money, the money that should not exist, the money that is diluting real innovation by giving it to a bunch of people who don't know what to do with it. To people who just want to jumble it around in a bunch of paperwork and pay themselves a gooftard salary for a few years while they work on something that barely gets finished and which nobody wanted in the first place. And of course, who do you see gravitating more and more to this bullshit? The marginalized, the disadvantaged. As if there aren't as many good reasons for these people are marginalized and disadvantaged as there are bad ones. Wow, okay. But people like Natalie here love it, because it gives the distribution of this taxpayer-funded nonsense a sheen of nobility. And that means she'll get to keep living her sweet little life at the helm of it. But still, I hope all you so-called disadvantaged and marginalized people get your free fucking money to make your worthless fucking crap and start your garbage fucking companies. I really do. It's the only way you'll get to experience firsthand that you truly are worthless, untalented fuck-ups who should be digging ditches with everybody else. Not that they ever learn, because sadly, when it comes to grants, there's always the next one. You're looking great. Always great to see you. Wish I could keep chatting, but I really need to check in with everybody else. Sharon! How long's it been? Too long. I haven't seen you since New York. Still doing the right thing? Onwards and upwards, all the pieces matter. Wonderful, wonderful. I know you've got a heart in there somewhere, Arthur. I'll bet you say that to all the boys. These people, these rotting hippies are the worst, but at least when they come to a thing like this, they usually bathe. I can't stand any of it. The community gardens, the community markets, the community this and that. Show me a community and I'll show you somebody benefiting materially from the emotional extortion of somebody else. And in public, the never-ending smiling kindness of these idiots is such a scam. Everything is always super, great, you should do that nonsense. They've got such constructive opinions, and yet if you look closely, you'll see that they never construct a damn thing. They tell everyone in the world to be themselves, to let blind people join the fire department, so on and so forth. But would they say that if you weren't a stranger far away? It might cost them even a cent. If it might cost them even a cent. And in case you don't think I'm a wonderful person, let me tell you one more thing about these saints. They're all friends of mine. Because, like me, they're all successful and rich. Or at least related to somebody who is. All these people that you think are against each other, they all eat at the same trendy gastropubs. They hire the same servants, they send their kids to the same schools, and the same summer camps. And if you think they would ever have your back over mine, push come to shove, you're crazy. Because even if they hate me and love you, you can't do anything for them. I can. You're my favorite lady here. Alright, so I don't want to have to cut this here, but I'm actually running out of disk space on my hard drive. So, brief pause, and we will get back to this. And sorry about that, we are back. Had to clear some space off. Anyway, so we're gonna talk to Tedious Do-Gooder. Oh wait, no, we already talked to Tedious Do-Gooder. Let's talk to this person. Lie about being great to see them. Fellas, great to see ya. Arthur, good to see you. Oh. I thought maybe, okay. Is that the only person in a... I better leave him be. Hard-working fellas, just like me. Okay, so I guess that's the last person to talk to. Lie to rich non-profit executive. Alexandra, how are you? Arthur, so lovely to see you. Let me tell you something about the non-profit world. It's highly, highly profitable. Sure, you've got a ton of suckers at the bottom, low-level employees, small-time donors, the people that the work is supposed to benefit. But at the top, the senior management level, it's a good life. And I'll tell you why it's good. Because it's fucking extortion. Arthur, so lovely to see you. How is life at the Institute? Wonderful. We've got a number of new courses we're planning to roll out soon. Sadly, I believe your certification had almost lapsed the last time I checked, no? What can I say? Time flies when you're having fun. So I hear. Still, there is nothing like a refresher when it comes to ethics. Wouldn't you agree? You see, the world at large looks at someone like me and has a misguided idea that I'm capable of being dishonest. But in exchange for a few $100 every now and then, valuable and unbiased third parties such as the organization that Alexandra hails from are willing to say I've met their rigorous standards. Sorry. And for the trouble, having performed this essential service for the many well-to-do individuals in our field, they help themselves to salaries befitting the executive-level titles of the important kinds of people whose jobs they pretend to have. And of course, all of these women, these Oakville hags, these once-a-year lawyer husband blowjobbers, fancy themselves forevermore a part of that corporate elite, not only in earned compensation, but in social status as well. In other words, if it's a party, you have to let them squeeze into the high couture that someone told them still fits, crash the door, and drink all the good wine. Not to mention the fact that they consider this part of the job to be actual work, which works out, because women want high-paying, high-prestige executive jobs, but not the ones that are difficult. They want the charisma gigs, and if they don't get them, they usually quit and never come back. And if any of what I've said here has seemed unreasonably harsh, please allow me to remind you, these bitches have my money. There must have been a mistake with my annual licensing fee. I'll have my accountant look into it right away. Have a lovely evening. Alright, I think I've spoken to everybody? Yeah, I mean, there's someone in the bathroom, so... Could be a good arm wrestling table. What? What? Okay. Dartboard? Deadly accuracy. I love a good round of darts. Maybe later. The hell do you think you're doing, Arthur? Shit. I thought she was looking away for a second. I'm sorry I keep yawning. It's kind of late. The first time you did it, it was funny. It's been getting less funny ever since. She thinks I'm losing my charm. Little does she know she's just getting too old and leathery to be worth it. Alright. Hey, everything alright? Looked like you were doing good out there. As much as I complain about these women, I'll say one good thing about them. Oops, sorry. No problem. Like I said, I knew all of them already. That's good. It's good to see you focused, paying attention to what people are saying. You can always tell the newlywed guys who are doomed. They're about to leave the office and they get a text to pick up potato chips. A year later, they're the guys who don't ever want to leave the office. Yeah. Oh, have you met Julius? He was the first speaker tonight. She's trying to suck me into this conversation to get away from him. Tell you what, Fiona, I'll take him off your hands, but it'll cost you. Great to meet you, Julius. Big fan. Tough season you boys had. Hey man, you know how it is. City got a curse on it. I was saying that you guys should talk. I don't really follow football. I was telling your girl here about some of the other things I've been doing with the foundation. I think maybe I could throw her some work. Always interesting to meet men who are enthusiastic to help women. Somehow they always seem more interested in helping the hot ones. Though I'm sure... I'm sorry. Though I'm sure this drunk black football player is a sterling exception. Couldn't happen. One of our best and brightest. She belongs to us. But hey, how'd you like to have a couple of pitchers and shoot some pool? You can tell me who I should be betting on next year. Yes! You guys go do that. Excuse me, miss? What can I get you? Can you put them on the tab, please? These two? Do you understand the implications of that? You heard her, Allison. Christ, Arthur, you really do know everyone. You go around picking up favors? You joke, but it's always good to have people owe you. It's insurance against them disliking you, and if most people dislike you, you're probably taking care of yourself. Not much I can do about being such a social animal. Fair enough. Am I going to play pool? Oh yes, I'm going to play pool. Pool hustling romance. What's going on, bud? Ready to shoot some stick? Let's do it. I ordered a few pitchers over here already. Your girl's alright. Dream on, Chief. I know for a fact that she's spoken for. I didn't mean it like that. Let's play. Billiards. An American classic. Been playing since I would cut class in high school to hang out at the local pool hall. This guy may be a professional athlete for a few months of the year, but he doesn't stand a chance. And just like I'd hoped, people are watching. Damn, that's 4 games in a row for me. If you're hustling, I think you were supposed to start turning the screws a while ago, man. You want to go double or nothing again? Nah, I'm good. Gonna go have a couple more drinks and call it a night. Same. Good game, man. GG, yo. Still can't fucking believe I never lose. What's wrong, Arthur? She let you drink and you look like someone shot your dog. Don't worry about it. Keep pouring. He's over there by the dartboard. Maybe I can make up for it. Oh boy. Gotta show him how manly I am. Maybe? What's going on there, buddy? Want a game? Back for more, huh? Alright. Darts. Another American classic. Been playing since I cut class in college to have a few pints with the boys. I don't mean to bring race into this unnecessarily, but I don't think a black guy has ever beaten a white guy at darts. I'm not sure a black guy has even ever played darts. What the fuck? I mean, don't get me wrong. On one hand, I expect black people to beat me at sports. But on the other hand, I don't find it particularly tasteful to have black people beat me at anything. What the fuck? So quit fucking around and put your back into it, Arthur. If you lose again to the second string running back, and every person in the bar is gonna be laughing at you. I can't believe you fucking beat me again. What the fuck is happening? I'll get him next time. Tough break, Arthur. Makes sense that a quarterback would be a pretty mean darts player, though. He's a fucking quarterback? Why didn't anyone tell me? Keep it down. It's just a game. Well, you'll have. Give me another rye. And make it a double. You're the boss. Seeing him stand besides that table is giving me an idea. And I think this one's a winner. Oh no, it's the arm. Oh god. You're gonna arm wrestle a quarterback? What? What? What's going on, buddy? What's up, man? You're looking a little light. Huh? Hammered, man. You're wasted. Yeah, you did pretty good. But what else you got? Man, I don't even know what you're talking about. How about we do this? Do what? Arm wrestle, you fuck! We got a table right here. I think these people are sitting here. They don't fucking mind. Hey, you fucking mind? You serious? You want to arm wrestle with me? I am a serious. What are you saying? Who is a serious? Alright, man. It's your funeral. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Arthur, how could you possibly think that was gonna go? Shut up and pour. That fucking guy made me look like an idiot. You made yourself look like an idiot, and I think you've had enough. I promised your boss I wouldn't let you get out of control. She's not my boss, and if you don't give me a drink, I'll tell the wrong people about the little independence rallies you Fenian. Fuck sakes, get up to in here. Go fuck yourself, Arthur. Like they give a fuck about anyone but a bunch of Bin Ladens anyway. They fucking killed Bin Laden. Maybe you're next. There are other Bin Ladens, you fuckhead. Fuck it. Still, it seems like your nemesis is chatting up your chaperone, so I'll get you one more as a consolation prize. But this is it. Cheers, Ellie. You're a doll. Eat shit. No, I mean it. You're a good girl. A good friend. Better than you, sure. And if you ever speak to me with that hard-on in your voice again, I'll cut your fucking dick off and feed it down your throat. Don't go thinking you're fucking subtle. It's so good. Jesus, Arthur, you're sweating like an animal. Why don't you go splash a bit of water on your face and I'll get a pot of coffee on? I'm surprised I can walk straight. Ah shit, there's a bunch of guys in there. They all saw me get my ass kicked at everything. I don't want them looking at me like I'm some kind of homo. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? I'd better use the women's washroom instead. Okay. That motherfucker. Fucking cocksucker pussy. The thing that women will never admit about toxic masculinity is that it is all their fault. They say they don't want it, but they're tired of empty machismo. But what they're really tired of is being hit on by losers. By weak men. Whatever these women might say about wanting someone who was vulnerable, they could never love a man who was a cream puff. They could never love a man who aren't like the strong, bearded, blue-collar men who made them wish they could be men themselves. To be loved by a woman who was embracing what she said she wanted. A man would have to embody an impossible contradiction. To be the man who is always hit, but never hurt. And it doesn't matter that I don't need any of these tramps. This is about honor. This is about dignity. That black asshole made me look like a faggot in front of every dick slut here. Probably his plan all along. I'm sorry, I said faggot. I'll show that motherfucker. I'll show them all. What are you gonna show them? You gonna attack them with the cactus? Cactus? Nope, not. You're just gonna throw up in their faces. Okay. Yeah. Where's my chaperone? No. I don't want to do that. Arthur, I think you've had enough. Can I get up on mic and say something? Hey, I got a couple of things to say to you, buddy. Come on, man. I'll fuck you up. You're this close to the line, Arthur. I'll fucking cut you off myself. Take it easy. Everybody calm down. Calm down. I'll calm down. I'll calm down all over your fucking face. What does that even mean? Okay, yeah, same thing. I guess I'm going up to him? Yeah. You got a fucking problem with me, you pussy? Look, man, I don't want no trouble. Sure you don't. And stop hitting on my assistant. Hey, man, I'm married. Don't even joke about that in public. Who's joking, asshole? I seen the way you looking at her all night. And fuck your wife. I fucking warned you. You fuck. That was a sucker punch. Arthur, we're going. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. And fuck you too. Let me ask you something. What is coercion? Is it really anything but a fancy word for doing something that is in your own best interests, with the only difference being that it isn't necessarily something you want to do? Because if going through something like that makes you the victim of a crime, I've got news for you. We're all the victims of a crime. Next thing you know, someone will be suggesting that everyone was somehow abused. That everyone is living under the weight of some enormous trauma. And you know what? Maybe we are. But doesn't that mean we're all in it together? Fiona, you were great tonight. Don't worry about it. It was for a good cause. I don't mind the extra work when it's running out of time. Gotta start. 17, hallway, that's it. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Other people your age, entitled, selfish, but not you. Well, thanks. You're smart, loyal, and beautiful. You're beautiful. A lot of things happen when people are away from home. As someone who used to be on the road, believe me, I know. Most of the time, that comes down to people having way too much to drink and ending up in a mutual license with some other married person to make a completely accidental mistake. And sometimes, whether you want to believe it or not, people make real moves. There's no shortage of careers that begin with two people on a long, quiet elevator ride. Hey, how is your family doing? Don't know. You have a daughter, right? And a baby? I love the way she just did that. Pushed that one strand of hair out of her eyes, looking down at the ground, shadow catching her face. Yeah. Oh boy. If you've ever been out there, you wouldn't understand. The conferences, the sales meetings, the open bars, the long hours, loneliness. You'd think it's something more than what it is. You'd think it isn't something that happens all the time. You'll make a big deal out of it when the truth is that worse things happen to people. Things that possess a lot less upside all the time. Arthur. Shh. Arthur, we shouldn't. Sharp perfume, the shape of her shoulder blades. She feels it. I can feel her feeling it. What? No. You're good. You're good. I can't. You can. Of course you can. Everything in life comes down to how you look back on it. The things that happen, happen. Only a child believes that they can be in control of everything all of the time. But what you need to ask yourself is this. What's the best you can do with it? You want to blow a whistle? Be a celebrity? You want to carry water for some group of people who pretend to love you and then forget you as soon as the next tragedy comes around? What do you want? Arthur, please. Close enough to hear her breathe. The heaviest air. She wants it. She wants this. No, she fucking doesn't. If she wanted it, she would say so. You're good. You're so good. And just like that, you kiss her. And that's the moment. That's the test. If they say no right then, right there, then you know. But if they don't, nothing more needs to be said. That is not true. Holy crap. Zeal is struck, and that, not something that someone else makes up later or down the line, is the truth. She didn't stop you. Take her hand, put it there. Keep going before she keeps talking. What the fuck? Keep going. Keep going. Smack that bitch up. Him, not her. Oh, crap. Well, shit. He called and called until I finally agreed to have dinner with him. And then he goes and books a place like this. It was weird having a guy treat me the way they did when I was in my 20s again. I almost forget. It's about the money now. I don't see him here. I really hate sitting alone at restaurants. It makes you seem like such a loner. Loser. Good evening, miss. Are you looking for someone? Oh, no. Do you have a reservation? No, I don't. Did you want a table for one? Great job, Sarah. You've definitely avoided looking like a loser. No, I mean, I am here to meet somebody, but I don't see him. Are you Miss Stone? Mr. Alvarez phoned ahead and said he would be a few minutes late. So he can seem considerate, but also better than me. Nice. Would you like to check your coat so I can show you to your table before he arrives? I would love that. Wonderful. Shauna is just on your right. She'll be happy to assist you. Right. Oh, right, over there. I don't think she would appreciate it if I walked in there. The hell are you doing, Sarah? Okay, I'm sorry. Hi! Good evening, miss. May I please take your coat? Sure. Thank you. Please see our hostess to be, Miss, are you alright? What? Your coat, and you appear to be very warm. Are you feeling alright? Oh god, the coat. It's drenched in sweat. I didn't even realize I was melting in it, and now this beautiful girl is standing there like a gym attendant. I feel terrible. I'm fine. I need to go to the washroom. Excuse me. Painting. Alright. I will be ending it here tonight because I'm very tired. I swear I will continue to update this. I think I'm very close to finishing it. I think. And I just want to say thank you all for commenting and watching. And I honestly just couldn't believe that y'all wanted to hear me play this game and just read it to you. It's really... I really appreciate it. I've been going through a lot lately, and it's definitely been helping to see you guys comment and like, and not even like the usual YouTuber comment, like, subscribe thing, whatever. It's good to see that there are people who are watching me and paying attention. So I really want to thank you guys, and it's because of that support that I'm going to continue doing this. You know, this game is really, it really hits home. It hits really hard for me. Um, and I really need to congratulate whoever, or the guy that made it. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name right now. Um, because it's been a while since I've felt this emotional about a game, and I really want to thank you guys for encouraging me to continue with it. Um, so I just wanted to say that, and I will see y'all in the next video, which will be uploaded very soon, as promised. And thanks a lot. Bye.